Hi, I'm Zach.
I'm Brandon.
And we're
the Bourbon Bros. We're doing it.
Woohoo!
And this is Thomas Handy, our friend Thomas.
Our friend Thomas.
No handy.
No handy needed here. I'm excited to get into this one. It is an allocated, usually once a year allocation, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So part of the antique collection, part of the BTAC series, and happens to be our only BTAC bottle.
Yes. This is a rye. This is not your typical Sazerac rye.
No, and I don't know that this bottle gets as much glamour as some of the other in the antique lineup. So I'm not really sure what to expect. I just expect good whiskey.
Yeah. Maybe, and that could be because people maybe lean away from rye.
Yeah, or maybe because the other notable ones are so good that even just the regular good don't compare to how good those other ones are.
Sure. Maybe.
Or maybe it's just not that good.
Well, you see we already got it poured up, so let's give it some nose and...
Yeah, let's get into the tasting.
I mean, it's pretty brown.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
It's got a nice amber to it.
And it looks thick, which, I like.
Yeah, it's making me pretty thirsty.
Well, all right, you like to dive in. We used to do a lot more cheersing on those things. I'm just going to start cheersing with the glass from now on.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a quick little break from the very intense review just to say, if you want to know our real thoughts on Mr. Handy over here, check out our Patreon.
From now on. All right. Beautiful color. Holy nose.
It's got a lot of nose.
Holy nose.
Yeah. What's jumping off nose to me really is like green apple, like cinnamon.
Yep.
Maybe some lemon in there, or maybe it's like lemon or orange zest. I don't know, it's zesty.
Yeah, so I love how thick the nose is. I don't typically get that on a rye. You only get that on ryes we've really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So now I'm more excited.
Yeah. How long are these aged for? Do you know?
Do
they even say it?
I
do they have a
don't
date on
know.
it?
I think they did. I think they do, and I want to say this is a 7-year rye.
Okay.
So I don't think it's overly aged by any means.
Wow.
I'm almost picking up like a little bit of peppermint.
Yeah.
Definitely getting that apple.
I can see peppermint.
Then a little bit of peppermint. I'm going in.
Like candied peppermint. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. This is way better than I thought it was going to be.
It's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, first sip. What are your first thoughts on your first sip?
My literal first thoughts are there's levels to this shit. We're very fortunate to try a lot of good whiskey, and then sometimes you get those whiskeys that just kind of remind you that there's even better stuff out there.
Yeah, and this is one of those for sure. This got a punch straight up front.
Punch it, man.
I want to say if I had to name one thing that came to mind immediately when it touched my tongue was it definitely has that orange zest. It's definitely zesty, and it has some spice.
Yeah. So I'm picking up a really nice sweetness on the front end, but not like a really, for me, not like a dark sweetness. I'm gonna go like honey, but honey with like a really comfy bitterness, and I would say that orange zest is probably the right word there. Yeah,
orange zest. It hit me funny in the throat there. It's spicy. It's spicy and it's got heat, especially since we haven't had anything today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, it does have a really nice. I feel creamy sweetness to it.
Creamy's a good word. Now that you got that orange in my head, I picture that orange creamsicle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a very sweet creaminess to it, and I really, really like that about it.
Little bit of peppery on the back of the tongue for me, just on the very back. Just a little bit.
That's where I'm getting most of my spice at, is mid to back palate, and it's got a really, really nice finish. Absolutely delicious. Now this could potentially be my desert island whiskey.
If I had to pick one for the rest of my life, that's really good. Yeah, it's
Wow.
really, really good. It's as thick as it looks, which is really nice. When
Yes.
it looks thick and is thick, that's what she said. It's very pleasant that way.
Yeah. It delivers a nose. It delivers the palate. They're very complementary. And the finish is just, the finish, I'm getting a lot of that zest on the finish, which is really pleasant to have like a little bit of citrus on the finish.
Yeah. Yep. The retro hail is, like you said, it's got that really kind of citrusy note to it, which I'm enjoying. Almost like that's kind of where I'm picking up a little bit of that grass is on that retro hail.
Yeah.
Lemongrass. How about that?
Yeah.
I love it. I really, really love it. I know you're the rye guy on the channel, but I'm gonna jump the line on this one and say this is one of the better ryes I've ever had.
Yeah, this is definitely up there. I don't even know what I would compete against this.
The only thing that sticks out to me,
Oh, I suppose. I know what you're going to say.
Jack Daniel's.
Yeah, Jack Daniel's single barrel.
Yeah, barrel proof rye.
And you can get that every day.
Which is
Pretty
why
much.
it's hard to ignore. It's just, and it's fair priced.
Yeah.
But I think the flavor of this is really, really good front to back. And Jack Daniel's single barrel proof is kind of got a specific flavor. Mm-hmm. I feel like this would appeal to more people.
Yes. I agree.
Well,
I agree.
I feel like I'm ready to run it back.
I'm ready to run it back too.
Okay. Nose?
Nose, very strong.
I agree. Very strong.
Palate.
Palate, also very strong.
And finish, I'm assuming where.
Front, double bicep.
Yeah,
points.
this is nice.
Wow. It's, they say never meet your heroes in fear of disappointment.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we met Thomas.
How much does this come in MSRP?
MSRP, I think, is around $129, and we paid about $175 for it.
We paid $175 on a Black Friday raffle.
With it was a zero entry, which is why we felt pretty good about paying retail for it.
Yeah.
Free to enter raffle. So
Yeah. This is actually probably one though that I would say if I tasted it blind, I would be like, this is worth over $100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yep. If you got this at MSRP, you got a steal. What would you pay up to for a bottle like this?
120.
Really, 120?
I say 120. Well, just because I know there's some other ryes that have a lot of character, like the Peerless and the Jack Daniel's, that deliver a big punch, just like this one does when it comes to flavor, but also proof.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think if I had it in a blind and someone asked me at top dollar, I'd say probably in that $120, $130 range.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I would probably pay up to $200 for it.
Would you?
Kind of like we did. Yeah. Yep.
I'm not devaluing it. I'm just saying like I don't know the pricing that well, but to my palate, comparing it to other things that I do know the prices of, I would say that's where I'd place it.
Yeah, and probably JDSSB Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye R. That probably actually skews the pricing down a little bit because it is so affordable.
It is so affordable. It comes in at a very similar price because I think this is 127 proof. So
yeah,
yep.
right in the same range. Well, this doesn't disappoint. I'm very glad we cracked it. And cheers. Cheers on the way out. What do you say? Double cheers?
Yes, this is crazy. Crazy good.
All right. I'm Brandon.
I'm Zach.
For the Bourbon Bros.
We'll catch you on the next one. That is really good.
It's really, really good.
I think there's more, like that's like a sit down, write some notes down.